Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. My peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We going to the top, baby. We're going to bring others with us. So please become a part of Notification Squad. Peep Squad, hit that notification bell, baby. So let's get into it. Let's talk about Andy Cohen. He finally speaks. He finally says something. He finally says nothing too as well at the same damn time. I was like, Lord have mercy. Help us with this situation. So Andy's basically copping pleas, talking about he don't know what's going on. He has nothing to do with Vanderpump Rules. He is not the producer over there. He don't produce any shows. And he also says that he doesn't have the power to do anything that people think he has the power to do. I was like, okay, Andy, now you powerless. I thought you had power. I thought you was the man over there. He was like, I only do reunions. I did Vanderpump reunion. And now this situation happens because Andy was on his talk show radio on XM radio, and basically he talked about the situation a little bit because he was talking about the ladies that were fired from Vanderpump Rules, and Stassi was fired from the show too as well, and she was doing a whole lot. She apologized and everything else like that, but she really was horrific and terrible, and just such an evil heart that's so mean and so rude. And then we had Kristen. She was fired too as well from Vanderpump Rules too, and it was just like a whole terrible situation what Faith went through. Faith Stewart, she went through a whole lot of situations being over there at Vanderpump Rules. She wasn't treated like a human being. She wasn't treated like a woman. She wasn't treated like a black woman, and basically she was really disrespected and mistreated, and everybody knew about it. The production, the producers, people on set, they all saw what was going on, and they ignored it and act like it didn't exist because they didn't care about Faith because she was a black woman. Point blank, period. And we also have this guy named Jax. Jax is out here doing the most because he was out here tweeting about Miss Faith from Vanderpump, Faith Stewart. He was tweeting about her, basically saying that she's wanted by the police, she steals and stuff like that, and she ran away from the military. I mean, just like so disrespectful, where the harassment that Faith was receiving on TV, she was receiving harassment while she was filming, and then outside of filming on social media by her cast members, and no one has been held accountable for it. The people that are in charge, the people that watch it go on, the people that saw it happen, the people that fire people. What about the people that you put in charge? Where are they? They saw this going on, this mistreatment. This was just really wrong, and any human being will want to get rid of the people that watched this young lady get mistreated. And she was serving for our country. She was serving in the military too as well. She put her life on the line for this country, and now she goes to a reality TV show, Vanderpump Rules, and she gets treated like she's a criminal. They make fun of her. They talk about her hair. They threaten to call the police on her. They do a whole lot of messed up things to this woman and harass her offline too as well. And this is the guy Jax that's actually posted that tweet about Faith Stewart and basically tried to down her and make fun of her and all this other stuff offline. So she was basically getting it everywhere. Faith is a beautiful young woman that basically wanted her shot at reality TV, at acting, and doing something different because she just left the military. Or well, she was still in the military as she was filming for Bravo TV and for Vanderpump Rules too as well. And the pain that she had to endure, imagine how she felt. Imagine the PTSD that she suffers from, the anxiety that she suffers from, and probably feel less than, at the time. But now she's empowered because she let everybody know how she was being treated by Stassi Stroder, Kristen Dutz, and Brat Capioni too as well, and also Brian Board. So this is just really a terrible situation that this young lady experienced, and a lot of us have experienced this type of situation. But when we can hold people accountable and get change what's going on and what's happening, we need to do that. That's very important to do that. And it's just like it's all just a terrible situation. And people need to be called to the carpet, and people need to be fired too as well. Not just the 4 people that was fired, not just them. There's more that needs to be fired. Brad Capononi, he needs to be fired, and he was fired. And Max Boyd was fired too as well from the show. And, and also Kristen, Dote was fired too as well, and Stassi Stroder was fired too as well from the show. But you know what? There's more people need to be fired. More people need to be called to the carpet, and we need to have an open discussion about this situation too as well. But we're gonna get back to Mr. Andy. So Andy is acting like he has no idea what's going on, and he doesn't have the power to do anything. And basically he's copping pleas and acting like, I'm not in charge. I am not the executive producer of Vanderpump Rules. I have nothing to do with that show, but except for love the show and host the reunion. So basically Andy's copping pleas saying, I love Vanderpump Rules. I love, hosting their reunion. I just love the show. So basically he's letting you know in a nutshell, he don't give a damn about the racism that's going on, and he does not care, allegedly, about Faith and what she has experienced, because he's acting like his hands are clean. He ain't got nothing to do with it whatsoever. Like when someone is being harassed at work, usually all the upper people or the head honchos at the job know about what's going on. And also Andy had something to say about Nene Leakes too as well. He was asked, did you see what Nene Leakes posted? And he was like, no, I did not see what Nene Leakes posted. And Nene Leakes, she posted to Instagram, basically she's like, all right, now that's good, but we have some more questions. We have some things that we need to talk about, and some different areas that are very major, and everything else that's going on with that situation. Should we talk publicly or should we talk privately? So basically Nene is saying that everything needs to come out. You need to open the door. Let's talk about the mistreatment. Let's talk about people being blackballed. Let's talk about people being mistreated. Let's talk about people not being paid right. Let's talk about the people that work at the network that basically hold some of Faith in these ladies' hands as far as how much screen time they get, and also their pay rate too as well, and how they may mistreat these ladies that won't speak up about how they're being treated at Bravo. But we know Nene Leakes has spoken up about how she has been treated at Bravo too as well. So Andy's acting like he didn't have a conversation with Nene. He don't know nothing about Nene at point blank period. He don't know what is going on with Nene. He didn't see her tweets. He didn't see anything. So basically he's trying to avoid Miss Nene Leakes and act like what she's saying ain't relevant out here in these streets. That's what he's trying to do. But then he also threw shade and said, but I recently spoke to Kandi Burruss, and we had a lot to discuss, and we talked about a lot of different things. We had a great discussion, and it was about 2 days ago, and we have some really good ideas, and we have some really good suggestions that we are listening to, and we're listening to, basically saying he's listening to Kandi, he ain't listening to Nene. So that's what he's saying. So it is what it is with that situation. But Nene, she came out swinging and basically saying there's more going on over there at Bravo, and people need to speak up, and let's speak up. Let's open up the door. Let's clean out our closets tonight. And then you also have Mariah from Married to Medicine. She spoke up too as well. She's talking about that the conversation needs to be public. We need to know when and how and why they got fired, and what's the criteria of getting fired at Bravo if you're showing racist behavior or saying racial slurs and things like that. What's the criteria? What did they do? What made you guys come into the decision now, since this did happen a while ago? So now that's the situation too as well. And we also have Candiace from Married to Medicine too as well. She spoke up and she wants to know what's going on too as well. Like, you doing everything behind closed doors. Like, we need to have a public meeting, a public discussion, and talk about what happened and what they did. How can we change the situation, and who was all involved, who was complicit in the situation of this young lady being mistreated and the rest of the people being mistreated that are of color that is working for Bravo Network. So she's speaking up too as well. She was like, don't close the door and act like you don't know what's going on. She wants y'all to speak up too as well. So we have, you know, that situation. Dr. Amani spoke up too as well from Married to Medicine LA. And also Wendy from Real Housewives of Potomac, she spoke up too as well. So now we have this situation. Also with this situation, Andy is still trying to divide, in my opinion, with bigging up, you know, Kandi Burruss and listen to what she had to say and what she can help with racial issues or any issues that could be a problem at the network. But yet he has no idea what Nene Leakes is doing or saying, and he's not in contact with her. Maybe I could be doing too much, but it is what it is. So you guys tell me what you think about that situation. And let's talk about Lisa Vanderpump. Lisa Vanderpump is a whole fraud out here in these streets. I was like, if you watch Vanderpump Rules and you black, you got a problem, baby, because this lady don't give a damn about what happened to Faith. Only thing that she cares about is her employees, her reputation, and her business, and she made it be known because she finally spoke up too as well. And she spoke up and she needed to say what she needed to say to protect her company. She didn't say she's sorry for what happens to Faith, or her heart goes out to Faith, or the people that worked for her, like, you know, Sassy and Kristen and Max and Jack and Brad didn't do anything wrong. She didn't say that they did anything wrong. You know, basically she said, I love my staff and I've been loving my staff for years. My staff hasn't been around for decades. So we truly know each other. We truly understand each other. And basically saying, like, I know these people, and so much in saying that she don't believe that they would do this, or she already knew what was going on and what type of environment people work in, you know, when they work for her and they black. So that's what Lisa Vanderpump had to say. And I was just like, that's all she really had to say. Basically, she's protecting her brand. She's protecting her company. She doesn't really care about the race issue or anything that happened with Faith. She don't care about none of that. Basically, she didn't even write this statement. Somebody put a generic statement together. She didn't even send her condolences or sorry, or she wished that she could sit down and have a conversation with Faith, or maybe make things better at her workplace. No, she said, I love my employees. I love everybody, and they've been around here for years, and I love them. They love me. You know, I'm not a racist, and you know, the people that I know been around me for years, and basically that's it. That's what she's really saying. And so she is not apologetic, and she doesn't feel bad for what happened to Faith, because it's probably been going on for decades in her restaurant, in her business, where she do things at. So it is what it is. She don't give a damn. And the reason why them employees were still there and harassing Faith is because Lisa Vanderpump was okay with it. That was the environment that she created, you know, for black employees. And now she's letting us know that's how it is. So you guys tell me what you think about this situation. Peace and love.